The country of Venezuela is located in the northern part of South America.
And near the Caribbean Sea, its capital, Caracas, where La Cocinita chef Benoit's journey began.
So you grew up in Venezuela. Talk to me about the food in Venezuela.
It's like a big melting pot. There's a lot of different cultures that just kind of converge. You have everything from Spanish, French, and African comfort food.
Yeah.
I was always with my mom. My mom would start cooking in the kitchen, and I would be right next to her, helping her mix stuff. That's kind of how it started.
After going to culinary school in Venezuela, what better place to go than New Orleans? Benoit landed a job at one of the most famous restaurants in the Big Easy. There, not only did he learn from the best, but he also met his future business partner.
We were working together at Commander's Palace, which is this, New Orleans institution. We were chatting one night after a shift, and Benoit pitched this idea of starting a food truck.
Why a food truck?
Food trucks were just becoming popular back then. Benoit loved the idea because he grew up with this late-night food stand culture.
And things just took off. The two were married, La Cocinita grew and grew and grew, becoming one of the best food trucks in New Orleans. But that was nothing compared to what happened next.
You look like Sylvester Stallone.
I look nothing like Stallone.
But how did that happen, and how big was that for you?
An award-winning chef friend of ours calls us, and he's like, hey, I got this gig. I can't do it. You guys should, totally do it. So we take it, and sure enough, there's Rocky, all those sitting there. We're like, wow. For the next 3 weeks, we cater to him. The arepas is the thing that he requested the most. That's definitely the way to go.
So how did they end up in Evanston? Well, Benoit's wife, Rachel, grew up here. And in 2016, they added a restaurant to serve those hungry wildcats their signature dish.
All right, what are we making, my friend?
We're making arepas, which is like the quintessential Venezuelan dish. Put a little bit of salt, a little sprinkle of canola oil. Little by little, we start adding cornmeal.
There's not a lot of fat in there.
No, not at all. You start folding it in, form a ball in your hand, and you squeeze it.
So you get your perfect dish. That's basically your burger bun of Venezuela.
Exactly. And then we go onto a hot griddle. We'll take them from the griddle into the oven for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
We're gonna make el pabellón, which is our most popular arepa dish.
Okay.
Rice, beans, brisket.
Braised brisket. Going on the flat top right now to heat it up.
You get your arepas out of the oven, cut them like this. We grab the meat that we put on the griddle, one of these sweet plantains.
Stuff it.
Black beans, queso fresco, spiced sour cream. There you go.
I have the El Pabellón, meat filled, with also plantains. You see the crema, the queso fresco.
And plantains are sweet, but not as sweet as a banana, kind of like a banana. And this is the famous arepa. This is basically like an English muffin, except it's thicker and denser, and you get a little more substance, bang for your buck. But this meat, speaking of, was braised for 8 hours.
That's good.
Yeah, brisket?
Yeah.